All right, welcome everybody. It's Coach Arroyo coming to you for another video session. This week, our theme is healthy habits, and we're talking about all these different healthy habits that we're covering this week. Kind of giving you, I think what this is like why do we exercise? Why do we stretch? Why are we interested in posture? All these things are so important that we like to do. We kind of this week want to really help you out with why are we doing all these things. And the thing I'm going to talk about today a little bit is flexibility. Flexibility. And when I say flexibility, I'm talking about the range of motion in your joints, how you move your body, the range of motion that your body has without pain. And if you have good flexibility, if you work on your flexibility and you stretch, you're going to be a lot healthier. And it's really important to work on your flexibility because one thing that you don't have to worry about right now, but as you get older, what happens is you start to lose your flexibility unless you work on it. And I've lost a lot of flexibility as I've gotten older, and I work on it some. It is a goal of mine to work on it even more. But flexibility is really important. So before I go over and do some stretches and do that, I kind of want to talk about some benefits of flexibility and what that does to our overall health. One thing about flexibility that really helps is it helps the muscle flow to your muscles. When you have really good flexibility, your muscles are able to get more blood, and that helps with your overall health. And that's really important to one aspect of flexibility that I wanted to talk about. Another thing about flexibility is it improves your posture and balance. Healthy posture, Coach Huffman, Miss Huffman talked about posture in one of her videos. And the other thing that flexibility, when you are flexible and you have good flexibility, it helps with your balance. And balance is so important just in daily life, but also when you play sports, balance is really key. And it can also help you avoid injuries when you have good balance. So being more flexible will really help you with your posture and your balance. Another thing that we talk about in PE a lot that you've probably heard about is when you're more flexible, you have a decreased chance of getting injuries. If you're playing sports or if you're moving your body and you're not that flexible, you have a higher chance of getting hurt, maybe pulling a muscle or hurting a joint. So the more flexible you are, the less chance you have of getting injured just in your daily life, or if you're playing a sport, or if you slip and your body moves out of range. And if you have a better range of motion, you will have less chance of getting hurt. So flexibility will really help your performance and help you decrease your injuries. Another thing that's neat about flexibility, and if you have really good flexibility, is it helps with your relaxation. Just the process of stretching, I think, is very relaxing because it's kind of a slow process and it's almost like a yoga type meditation type thing. And so when you stretch, it's very relaxing, and it also helps you be relaxed. So stretching helps with that too. So being flexible and having good flexibility and stretching has many, many benefits. And now the next part of this video is I wanted to go over some dynamic stretches, which are movement stretches, and then something that there's called static stretching. Okay, let's do some stretching now and see how it looks. All right, everybody, so now I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about stretching and kind of show some of these. So the first thing you want to do, I want to talk about is they call it dynamic stretching or ballistic stretching. Basically, what we're talking about is moving your body before you do static stretching. And we're talking about things like jumping jacks, skipping, sliding, hopping, kind of like these locomotor movements. And you want to do those for about 3 to 5 minutes before you do your static stretching. And we usually do some of those. So something like I would do is maybe do some jumping jacks, trying to get our muscles warmed up a little bit. I might do some scissors. I might do some side to sides. Front and backs. And then you might, if you're on a soccer team, if you're on a field, do some skipping. You can do some slide steps. You could do some front gallops. So that's really important, and that's just jogging. So we want to warm our muscles up first, and then after that we want to do some static stretching. When I'm talking about static stretching, I'm talking about stationary. And so, for instance, we might want to do a hamstring, upper back of the leg. Put my feet apart on this one. And a couple things about stretching is, number one, and you've probably been told these before, you want to make sure you go slow and you don't want to bounce. So if I was going to do my hamstring, take my hands here, I go down nice and slow. Okay, I'm not going to bounce. And I'm going to hold this for 20 to 30 seconds. And I really want to focus also on my breath. I want to do big breath in, big breath out, and then come up nice and slow. So if I was going to do my hamstring stretch, I'm focused on my hamstring, both hands. Big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, big breath out. And I come up nice and slow. And it's also what you want to do is you want to focus on that muscle that you're stretching. So right now I was focused on my hamstring. Then other side. Big breath in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Up, and then I like to bend my knees a little bit, come down the middle, big breath in, out, in, out. I can feel myself relaxing already. Big breath in, out, in, nice and slow. So when you're doing your stretch routine, once again, we want to do some dynamic movements, skipping, sliding, jogging, jumping jacks, scissors, all that stuff. And you want to do that about 3 to 5 minutes. And then once you're nice and warm, go into your static stretch routine. Those were just a hamstring series that I did. But you want to go head to toe and really stretch out and get all those wonderful benefits. And hopefully, if you work on it, we'll stay flexible and stay healthy, and it'll really improve your life. Okay, bye now. Enjoy.